exactly a bright and sunny morning. It's not particularly warm. I am upstairs today and I'm starting off in this room. Now, on last week's vlog, Mr. Butcher said, I'm going to hand this room over to Claire for painting. There's a bit more to be done in here than painting. Here's kind of a rough summary of what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to sand the walls. They just need a light sand. Some of them have been skimmed, but I just want to make sure they're extra smooth. At some point, I'm going to have to prime and paint the windows on the outsides, but I need a sunny day for that. And then I'm going to have to go in with whitewash on the walls. I need to sand the floor with the big sander. After I've done that, I've got things to do like paint the woodwork. In this room, there's a lot more woodwork than what was in the other bedroom. So there's 2 windows in this room. Obviously, there's the door, and then there's all of the skirting board around the bottom. That's all going to need to be cleaned and painted. I'm going to have to resand the floor again with a fine sander, then stain it, then go over it with the Osmo oil jobby. Put the colour on the walls and whatever else could be happening in here. A few of you had said on the comments last week about wanting to see some brighter colours. There will be a brighter colour in this room. The rooms are going to get, from now on, progressively lighter in colour. Anyway, enough whittering on. Yeah, I'm going to keep the window open for ventilation. Yes, it's cold. I'm not going to whinge about it. KFG, keep flipping going. I have scaffolding tower. I have my mask over there. I have my sander. I have my extension lead. Go big or go home. Okay, well, I'm getting the walls sanded back. This one's complete, this one's complete. I've done half of this one and half of this one. These are the 2 newly skimmed walls. These are actually harder, the skimmed walls, to do than the other ones. And I think it's because the plaster is a lot more harder and modern than what it is on those 2 walls. About every hour I'm stopping and I'm just taking a break because my hands are tingling from using the sander. You may be wondering why I'm not using a big rotating plaster wall disc sander. It's too heavy for me, it really is. And by the end of the day, I just can't move my arms. If I use one of them, it's pointless. And I think that the hand sander does give a better finish. I've been having a little bit of a giggle to myself as I've been going around and sanding, because this morning, and I quote, somebody said, "Oh, it won't need that much sanding. No, it'll only need a light sand." I'm now at the end of the day, and yeah. So I've been round and I've done all of the walls. Yeah, I've had a couple of problems. The plaster's pinged, you can't see it along here. It's pinged along the bloody edge here. And just to top it off, it's pinged up here. So I will be sending the plasterer back in. I've had a little sweep up. I'm going to extract myself from this room for today now because, yeah, it's boiling my piss.
The next project I'm going to be working on is in there. So this room here used to be a walkway to get between this room, which used to have the billiards table in. We turned it into a dining room, and you could walk from there through that doorway to the kitchen. Now, as part of the kitchen work, we decided that we would block up that doorway. But now we need to do something with this room. What we're going to do in here is have it for a washing machine. To make that happen, need to put a wall up, put a ceiling up, put lighting in, put power in, put plumbing in, make it all look nice and pretty. So, yeah, not much to do. First job I'm going to get on with in here is get this wallpaper off. Been thinking about whether we should do it really gently and keep it for another room, but nah. I'm also going to take off the old light switches and the light fitting that we have up there, and they don't work, so it seems pointless in having them. So yeah, that's what I'm getting up to today. That's all the wallpaper stripped off where I'm going to strip it off. Everything you see up there is going to be above the height of the new ceiling and within boxing, and it'll be a nice little treat for somebody in years to come. They can uncover it and go, ooh. Well, the next thing I think I need to do is start putting some metalwork together. When I say metalwork, it's this stuff. Rails, montants and various bits that I'm going to be building the wall, going to be building the ceiling, make it all structural from that before I then line it with plasterboard. I'm happy with the progress I've been making, but it's the end of the day now, so try again tomorrow, eh?
Good morning. I'm back in here this morning, feeling a bit more positive. The plasterer came in and patched up different areas last night. It's not gone off yet, it's still wet. You can still see damper patches. So I'm going to leave that alone today. Mr. Butcher this morning is out at his shoulder physiotherapy, and he has said, why don't you paint the windows? The windows being the outer frames, and they do need doing. The only thing that I'm a bit worried about is that about 2 o'clock there's a 70% chance of rain. But I trust his judgment. I'm going to get a coat of paint on. Just come downstairs to make lunch, and there's a little surprise on the table. Somebody brought me a lovely bunch of flowers. I think this is for Valentine's Day. Aww. You still like me even though I nag you about wearing a mask?
Most of the time.
Ditto. After a lovely lunch of last night's leftover lasagna, it's back upstairs, back to painting. Time for coat number 2.
Back in here, work's going to carry on. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of metal work, and then I'll start screwing it all together. I think I've finished the metalwork now. Yeah, let me show you. Don't worry about that, I'll tidy that up. I just spent a couple of hours moving electric cables and getting things ready so that I can then put the plasterboard onto the wall. Got to do a little brico shop tomorrow. Anyway, that's all for today.
That's 2 coats of primer down on both sets of windows. I can't really do anything else in here now for today until the paint has dried. I could clean up, but I don't want to create dust that's going to stick to the window. Can't sand the plaster because it's still wet. Can't sand the floor because that will make dust. So I'm just going to leave this room, clean my brush, leave the windows open, let it dry, and yeah, go do something else.
I think I've now got everything ready behind where this wall's going to be to allow me to now put the plasterboard up. Give it a go. We have a ceiling. We have walls. Hey. And now, all the joints have been done. Wow, what a productive day I've had. I'm knackered. Good night.
Good day, and welcome to day 3 in this room. Say day 3, I did come up here yesterday, but there was an epic fail. My intention yesterday was to get cracking with sanding the floor, and I started, however, the sander head was knackered, and all it was doing was just polishing the floor. It wasn't really touching it. So, well, look where I am. It just wasn't cutting it, because I think it had been used that much on the terracotta floor. Anyway, I'm here. I'm in a brickhouse shop. I'm here to pick up one of these. And of course, guess who had to come with me? Because it was a brickhouse shop. Anyway, it's a new dawn, it's a new day and all that. And I'm going to be back on with the floor today. Hopefully, a lot more successfully. The good news from the other day, the windows are dried. 2 coats of primer, so at least there's some coverage and something to protect the woodwork. We do come up and shut the shutters at night, so that's obviously another layer before I get the proper paint on. I'm wearing this on my head because it keeps the sawdust out a bit, which is quite nice. I'm not attaching the sander to the shop vac because it just doesn't cut it. It just doesn't, suck. And the other thing, I'm going to need the wood dust to make the same colour filler to fill in some of the cracks in the floor where the floorboards have come up. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm just going to crack on and do this because, yeah, I can't keep talking all day. Yeah, let's do this! Sorry, I have to stop for a minute. My mask is filled with sweat and snot, to be blatantly honest. It's going really well in there. I do have to keep stopping because the tool's quite heavy and you've got to apply pressure to it as you go. So yeah, it's quite good though, working up a nice sweat. Whoa. I've just stopped to have a little bit of a sweep up. I am officially halfway there. Woohoo! What are you doing? How are you getting on? How much work have you done?
Would you like a 10-minute break or like turn the electricity off?
Not really, but If we must.
You must. Not we, I've got to do something. Not get zapped.
It's all about you.
I know.
It's okay, I can carry on cleaning up. I'm having a halfway clean, so... What are you doing? You just stood there.
Very nice, darling.
I know. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye. I'm on my allotted tea break because the power's out. It's Valentine's Day today. Happy Valentine's. Are we going out for an overpriced meal? No. Did I get flowers? Yes. Are we celebrating in any way? We'll be having a steak dinner this evening. Maybe a bottle of champagne. Apart from that, it's just a normal day. Don't need to make a massive fuss. Yeah, it's going well. Covered in dust. You know, how can you not feel beautiful when, you know, you're covered in, like, 100-year-old grimy floor crap? I'm going to crack on. And, yeah, I want to try and get this done. I will tell you that my arms are starting to be quite jelly-like. There's no bats in the cave. Oh, that mask. Well, I have done it in the best part of the day. My arms are bloody killing me, but I've done it. There we go. Look at that. That is one big old job done right there. So this is the first sand. So this first sand obviously is done with a rough, really rough sandpaper, which takes all of the old varnish, stain, years of grime off of the wood. That tool is absolutely incredible. The only negative thing I can say is that it doesn't get right up to the walls. But ignore that for a minute. Look at that. Just look at that. Doesn't that? Oh, and the smell. Oh, it smells like a fresh forest that's been sawed down. I've had a really good clean up. I've got a huge big pot of all of the wood sawdust off the floor, so I can patch up the floor. But I'm done for today. I'm pleased because it's something that you can actually see, rather than when I sand the walls, sometimes you can't really see it, which is it's a bit disappointing. Yeah, okay with painting the window frames, yeah, it's something you can see, but it's not something high impact like that. Yeah, I've done it. Woohoo, go me. Anyway, I'm going to go and get changed. I am covered in wood. I can taste it even on my tongue. But yeah, productivity, A star.
Hi and welcome to Wine of the Week. And red wine this week. Now, Claire thinks that we haven't shown you this wine. I think we might have done. So apologies if you've seen it before. Let us know. It's one that we got from Santamelian when our friend Jack was over. It is a Bordeaux. It's a double gold medal winning wine. And, well, we bought a case of it because it seemed very good value. And, well, the bloke in the shop said we should, so we did.
I think that one was actually more on you, but never mind. It looks lovely though, and having tasted it before, it is very nice.
And looking lovely. Look at what... Oh, sorry. Yes, I meant them. But obviously you as well, dear.
Oh, Carl, you're earning some brownie points this week. Anyway, what a hive of activity it has been. And we're looking forward to next week, or I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's due to get warmer, so there's going to be even more productivity. Yay!
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 Oh, this looks like... Oh.
They should have won 3.
It should have. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you
Next time.